Hey everybody, just stick around with us. We'll be with you guys shortly. We're just trying to sort out a couple of technical difficulties with connections. I presume the race is going to crack on anyway, but we need to first see if we can get Confucius on board. I mean, we can't not have the two best commentators in the world here. So just stick around with us, guys. We're going to be with you guys shortly. Welcome to Fusion Racing League, your driver introduction for Testing Phase Season 3, Qatar. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fusion Racing League Testing Phase Portugal this evening. Alongside me, as always, great commentator Confucius. How you doing, mate?
Always good. Always good to be here. It's always fun.
It's always fun. To the listeners already, very active there on our YouTube channel. We caught them just in time. Sorry, guys, we had a little bit of a technical thing we had to sort out, so we are running about 5 minutes late. But we are here for you.
Yep, and we've got our usual cheerleaders watching. We've got Mandy, Amy, of course, the two. They're teaming up. We've got Jenny. We've got Wanda. You know, the usual group of cheerleaders.
Welcome to the stream, everybody. As always, so nice to have you guys on board, and as well as our sponsors, Suzuki, Mitsubishi, and CMH Group from Belito. Thank you, Nate, for organizing that sponsor for us, and it's nice having these guys on board as well.
Yeah, it's always good, and it's nice for this. That's why we can be here. Nice people like that.
I was so impressed. Before I could even get anything done tonight, Confucius, I
Mhm.
already got my emojis, my blue and red ones.
Well,
From our
there goes
faithful-
Mandy again, just for you. She sent you another one, and Amy,
Look at that. I mean,
you're getting both the reds and the blues.
we don't need anything more in our life except emojis and a good
Of
fast car
course.
to look at. Guys,
And
nice
we've
to have you
got
on board.
Jenny going the other way. She's screaming for Griever, King, and Cooper.
Oh wow.
Darren going for Detlef.
You know, I
For
think
P1.
we have to get Vanda involved there, better known as Mom from my side. Who is she shouting for? I couldn't even say it. Who is she shouting for? Because I'm not driving anymore, so I'm just the commentator. But she's got to have a
I don't know.
favorite.
I think she's maybe just the head cheerleader, because she's not saying any words. So
Oh right.
she's not no names. She's just cheering in general. We'll just call her Mom from now on.
Let's call her
We're
Mom.
not going to call her Wanda. We just call her Mom from now on.
All right, so
okay, cool.
she'll be the whole chat's mom. How's that?
There we go.
I like that.
She'll
Guys,
keep all the kids in line.
got a whole bunch of new drivers here. You can see we're getting closer to the start of the league. I mean, we got 18 lads out on grid tonight. It's getting full.
Yeah, this is awesome. What's the maximum, just for everybody? What's the maximum amount allowed on grid?
At 20. So what happens on
Almost full.
Yeah, then it's a full grid. I mean, then you got 2 drivers, so it's 2 drivers per team. It's 10 teams that's out there, so 20 drivers in total. Plus, we get the benefit of the extra 2 views on the game, so we can also have spectator mode, as they call it, so we can commentate on their race.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, there we go. Amy says, your mom is the mother of the chat.
There we are. Wow, it's so simple. It's done.
So it's not Mother Earth, it's Mother Chat. Okay, cool.
I'm busy following Nate at the moment. I think he was the first guy out on track anyway. And he's busy trying to set himself a hot lap. I'm going to quickly see if I can get his detail up here for us.
Your mom just says she's just here to listen to you.
Oh, geez. Okay, I'll take that too. Thanks, mother. Detail, that'll be best. That's on broadcast mode. Fastest lap. I'd like to get lap data enabled as well, so we can just see what these guys are doing in qualies. But there you can see
Well,
Doctor
there's so
Who.
far the first time Doctor Who with a 118.
Nate coming across the line now as well to set his banker lap in that McLaren. And what does he put down? 118.1.
In 182.
Good lap
That's
there.
0.8.
Couple of guys going over now. I can see there's the Red Bulls, I think, are coming in as well. I'll keep my eye on E-Cracker, that is. And then I want to throw my eye over.
E-Cracker, the only one with medium tires on the track. The rest all on softs.
Quite a clever move. Oh, there goes Brian.
Brian with a 118 flat.
Wow. Castro.
We'll go into the more specifics when there's too many guys in 1 second. But yeah, so far, 118 flat, a 118.1 and 118.9. It's top 3.
Very good.
Lots of time to go. This can still change a lot.
I'm on board with Castro at the moment in that Ferrari. So we had a little bit of the thing off air that the people don't know about. And he was asking if this is going to be live. And then I said, that's it. I found my sucker punch. I'll do a lot of video on him tonight. So Castro, that's just for you, big guy. Hope you enjoy the stream tomorrow. What did you bang out there? 118.7.
118.7. Nice.
Love it. The guys are all getting into those 118s. Remember, these lap times are going to drop dramatically as soon as the track gets rubbered in. So,
Yep.
all to look forward to. I'm going to have to get a bigger keyboard here, Confucius. There's too many people here now. I have to scroll through their names to get to the bottom, of the 18. So, good problem to have.
Yep, of course. Let's see. Details. I think that Cracker went for the mediums.
You went on
I
medium.
wonder if that was deliberate or not.
Look, and like we know
Nate in the pits.
in this game, so what happens is it's not like it used to be in the past where whatever tire you qualify on, you have to start the race with. Those days are over. So they could do it just so that they can get the feel of the track first, maybe do 1 or 2 laps on mediums to get the feel, and then go and bang out a good lap.
Then get put in on a good time. Yes, that's possible. Yes.
I see
A lot of guys back in the pit. Nobody on their outlaps, so it's either in the pit or doing their lap for time, except for Kazi just left the pits for an outlap.
Oh, he did. I got Goose, bro. Is he finished with his lap? It's invalidated, so I don't think he's going to do anything there for us.
Yeah.
Then we've also got the likes of Osman. He's in the pits. He hasn't put a lap up yet, and Big Rhino's out. He's got a purple sector 1, does Big Rhino. So definitely trying to set a good pace here.
Yep, and the top five in the 118s, and the 3 guys in the 119s, and we've got Griever on a 120. Oh, Britt, I think he was the guy that caused the cautions on a 130.
Oh, he did?
He probably spun out. Because we got a couple of caution pop-ups.
Gotcha.
The 3 guys out on the outlaps. And with that, just over 11 minutes to go.
So Luke says, come on, Chooks. Luke, I hope Chooks does well just for your sake. Chooks for the win, brother.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got enough usuals watching. Come on, guys. It's early enough. Give us your 1, 2, 3. Some people, like Jenny's already given 1, 2, 3. What do you guys think? Who's going to be 1, 2, 3?
And bearing
We've
in
got
mind,
a whole cheerleader group here.
we've also got great drivers here, Confucius. There's a lot of drivers
They're
that
all
joined us
good.
tonight. And look, we are missing Marcus. He couldn't make it. Safa has still got to join us. He does the
Yep.
Wednesday races only because he's based in Netherlands. So, wow, we've got our 20, definitely our 20 drivers for the league. It's a matter of seeing who's going to get their positions for it.
Yeah. No. It's going to be an interesting race, I think. Because if you look at that, the whole track, that's a very long straight.
Yeah.
But also a whole lot of very sharp corners.
It's a demanding
Very
track.
misleading.
Yeah, it's a very demanding track. And, you know, you got to try and get the balance right of speed as well as the downforce that you need for the turn. So it's a tricky one. And there's a lot of elevation changes, as you can see there now on screen. The elevation changes are dramatic and they're difficult because you can imagine as you're trying to brake on a downhill, those wheels just want to lock up and make you slide over the turn. So very demanding track.
Yeah, of course. And talking about commanding that, I just want to mention, please, the window cleaning group of Jeffreys Bay actually sponsored Cooper a steering wheel.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. I actually saw his wheel today. He's got a wonderful G29 great
So
wheel and
there's
pedals.
drivers out there getting their own sponsorship because of the wonderful sponsorship that Suzuki Bolito is giving us.
It's
Guys
fantastic.
getting out there, getting their own sponsorships as well because of them.
Yeah. It's so nice to see the people
Amazing.
putting together.
Yeah.
Just to make my
So
eye
thanks
down.
again to the Suzuki Bolito.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go. But slow bringing time. Griever cutting 1 second of his to a 199. We've got Kazi with a 120. Unlike Kazi, so he's probably just feeling it out. See, Key Cracker, as you said, just got a feeling for the track, and he's also changed to these soft tires now. Rasta putting up a time. Jake's putting up a time 1:17.6.
Great lap there, Jakes. He's the first guy into the 117s at the moment. And
Yep.
I'm pretty
Cutting
sure Brian not going to follow.
0.4 from Brian.
Very, very good lap there. Have a quick look at Nate. I think Nate's also on a hot lap at the moment. Let's see if I can see a sector change. The sector line change is coming up. Just after this, you'll get the left-hander DRS zone. It's also activated here, and then you'll get the end of sector 1. Let's see if he's bettering his time at the moment.
Well, the first 1, 2, and 3 call we got was Mandy, of course, putting Brian number 1. And then Chooks number 2 and Brood on number 3.
Oh, wow.
But she says she's still watching qualies, so it might change by the end of qualies.
All right.
This is not a final one.
Ooh, Chooks goes and bangs out a lap.
Chooks cutting another
1:17.4.
point. What's it? 0.25, 0.26
Yeah.
of the time. Nice.
Those are the guys to watch later on. They're going to be the ones to see who's going to get that pole position. There's an invalidation, unfortunately, by Casto, so I'll get off of him. But great lap there by that AMG McLaren. You mean that's not a McLaren, that's a Merc. The great lap there by Chooks.
But remember, don't write off guys like Osman. Remember a couple of races ago, he was way in the back of the lineup the whole race, but because of his consistent driving, he got top 3.
Correct.
So it's not always your fastest guy that win the race, because they might have one or two extremely fast laps, but then mess up in just one because they push too far. They make a mistake. They lose seconds. Those seconds, the consistent guys then drive past them.
A lot of guys are diving into the pits at the moment. I'm trying to follow some people here, but it's
Just
a little
under
bit
7
tricky.
minutes.
Let's have a
Yep.
look. There's a Red Bull, I think, that's coming across. He's on an outlap at the moment. I just want to see if that is Brit, then we can follow him a little bit and see what does his lap do. It's not Brit. It was his teammate that just
Brit is only on his outlap.
on the outlap now. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna give my over to Brit. We know he's a quick driver.
Yep.
And let's see what he can bang out. I'm pretty sure he wants to get into the top 3.
And like I said in the past, this is his kind of track. Those sharp corners, that's his. He's not so good on that straight, but those corners, he's very good.
Yeah. Another tricky start to this race as well. If you imagine starting 3rd or 4th, you've got a nice slipstream down to turn 1. Extremely difficult turn 1 because it's got pace on it
very
as well, sharp. So
that's almost a 90-degree turn after that long straight.
yeah, you can see it coming up here now with Burt. You've got a lot of base for it, but it does tend to want to throw you off of the track or wide if you hit it too fast.
Yep.
This is that
And of course,
elevated
the guy
left.
said the average stop time for the pit is about 22 seconds. So yeah, what do you think on this track? A 2-stop, 3-stop?
Yeah, if you can get away with the hard mediums, I think that'll be a perfect strat. It's a safe one. If you want to go aggressive, then by all means, you want to probably go medium, soft. So it's going to depend on where these guys finish on the grid for which decision they go to. But I do think your best strat would be as little pit stops as possible, hard mediums.
Of course. So yeah, I think the big guys are going to do full out. Going to go for the 2-stop. It's half a race. It's a perfect for a 2-stop. And of course, these guys that race go full out in the beginning, try and open a gap, put on hard tires, and just try to keep it there, finish the race. But then you get guys that do it other way around. Put on the hards, put on the mediums, go about 75% of the race, then go switch over to a softer tire and finish with a sprint.
Exactly that. We're over the line now at a 1:18.9. He did better his time, but I don't think good enough to get into the top 10 there.
Yeah. But it's a very technical, because remember, for the viewers, all these cars at the beginning, it's not like the real cars where you have the Red Bulls with a certain advantage, etc. All these cars are exactly the same. It comes down to every guy tuning his car and driving style. So it's all technical. It's how the driver himself. It's nothing to do with the car.
Correct. It's all balanced playground for them.
Yes, they have to. You can have one guy with a setting to give it, like, say, Griever and somebody else. The one guy will try the other guys, and the car will be all over the place. Swap it around, and it's again the same. It's all over the place for the other guy.
Exactly that.
Because some guys like bombing into a corner and slow out. Other guys go slower into the corner with a quicker acceleration. So it's all driving style and technical.
Interesting move there, though. I just saw that Brian backed out of his lap. He was actually 1/10 up on his time after sector 1. And he backed out of it. I think he wasn't too happy with that. Might want to just get a new set of tires and go again. I mean, he's got 3 minutes left. But I'm on Nate at the moment. The other surprising thing, he's in the Williams, Brian, that just went to the pits. If you have a look at the car, it's such a funny thing. You know, the air duct just behind their heads. The Williams has actually got a Duracell battery look-alike above the air duct. It looks fantastic. So it's something I spotted. Have a look at that next time it comes past.
That's cool. That's nice. But that's why I say, the McLarens were clever with the Google emblem, the Chrome emblem on their wheels. They're the only ones that actually got an ad on their wheel caps.
Fantastic. So clever.
Little things like that catches the eye.
Osman on a Balto, he's plus, what is it, 6/10 on his time. He's going to dive into the pit, so he's not happy with his lap. I'm going back to Nate, though.
But it looks like Brian is happy because he didn't change tires. He actually went into the pit. So maybe he's happy with a third place.
Very possible. I don't know if they're going to be able to get out, and they should. If they get out, I would say at about 1 minute and 40. They'll
because remember,
easily
they
get
don't need
around.
to be finished before the time's over. They just
No.
have to be already on the lap when time's over. They still have, what's it? Is it 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes after time finish?
Well, time finishes 2.5 minutes after the lap. The problem they've got
Yes.
is they've got to cross the start-finish line before that thing goes to
Yes.
zero currently.
Yes, that they do. So they shouldn't be on their out lap. They should be on the
They
time
should
lap
be on the
after
timed
that.
lap, correct.
Already.
As long as they get onto a timed lap before this one now
Yes.
goes to zero, they've got 2.5 minutes still. So
And
absolutely it
we've
counts.
got a whole lot of guys out on the out lap. Chooks, there's a whole lot of guys out on the out lap. And a lot of guys out on the laps. So only 4 guys in the pits.
Yeah.
Oh, but Brian did go out again. Brian's out on his out lap. Let's see if he passes over a start finish before the time.
He's going to make it. He's got 1 minute and 20, and I see him now at the moment. He's just after sector.
Yeah, they'll make
one,
it easy.
so he's good.
Yeah.
I want to throw my eyes on Chooks as well. He's busy coming around that middle of sector 2. I mean, he's got a good time. People have to try and find some time on him. 1:17.4, it's pretty decent.
It is.
See a lot of invalidations
There,
now.
Rev putting up a time of 1:17.8.
A great time there by
So we've got three drivers now on the 1:17s.
Big Ryan.
And then a whole lot of drivers on the 1:18s.
Guys are going for it.
Yep.
Revolution will be done. He'll be happy with that at third place at the moment. He's got to keep his eye on people like Brian and I think Brian. Who's next? Brian and Nate. Nate can't do it anymore. Maybe Castro, Black, Osman. Don't write him off. He might be doing another thing.
Of course. But even if you look at the guys doing the 119s, Kazi's there. Goose is there. Griever's there. I'm sorry, I've not seen Gertrude, so I can't tell you how good a driver. But those other 3 are good drivers. Griever jumps to a 118.
Great drive there by Griever.
So all the guys here are they all there to win. And they're all able to win.
Yeah.
Let's see, Chooks.
Chooks is having a really good lap here again. I just didn't see his delta. I'd like to see delta change.
I see the time remaining is 3 minutes after time. So those guys out. Some guys already finished. And those guys out. Let's see if there's anybody that'll increase their standings in the grid.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. Brut popping up 1:17.8. Number 4, Brian moving down to number 5.
Chooks is not going to better his time, but I think he's quite happy with it. And there's an invalidation by Jake, so his time's not going to count, unfortunately. And the same with Brian. Brian's also invalidated his lap. I think we've got our top guys.
I think they're pushing very hard now to, trying the limits.
Yeah, and Griever dives into the pit, so that's going to be the end of Griever. The only one that can still do something is Cooper. He's on his wheel. He's invalidated as well. You can see the red map over there. So that's going to be our grid, sir. And Chooks is going to have to come into this booth with us very soon, so we can have a whoopie-doopie with him again.
Yep.
Who was the last one? The last one was Jake's. He had P1 on Wednesday, so good on you, Jakes. But good on you for getting second place again. I mean, he's the one challenging Chooks.
It's only 0.2 level difference there between Rasta and Chooks.
Wow, that's really good.
And then again, 0.2 between Jakes and Rev.
Yeah. Man, that's fantastic. Guys are going for it tonight, aren't they? I mean, look at those times. Guys, up to position 14. They're in 1 minute 118.9. That is tight stuff.
And there's only a 0.04 approximate between Rev and Brut. So very close, but
look at that one there between Brian and Nate. 0.002. Those two are chopping at each other. That's very close, yeah. There it is. That's college done, ladies and gentlemen.
This is going to be an interesting race.
It's going to be a great one. And you know what I'm going to do? I want to quickly transition over so we can get this driver in here with us, and then we can have a quick interview with him before he gets ready for his race. That'll be pretty cool. Let's see.
Your mom says thanks for all the details. She's still learning.
That's our pleasure.
That's why we're here.
All right, guys.
And now then the commentators know more than us, more than the chat people. So yeah,
That's what we like to see, because it means they're teaching us a few things as we go along
of
too.
course.
We all have to help one another.
Mm-hmm.
Check at this. Chooks doesn't even know I'm going to do this, and I'm going to just drag him in. And he's just going to land up here with us.
And all that with the other drivers, and then pop back in.
Absolutely. I've got to find him first. I don't see him anywhere.
Let's see.
I cannot find him.
Oh yes, all the different teams have their own groups and so on.
Correct.
The little chat rooms.
Well, he's not around.
So
So you know what we can do?
into a whole different chat group.
Oh, I got him. He's just popped up all of a sudden. He knows we're going to pull him in.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I've just dragged him in whether he liked it or not. And there's Chooks in our little grandstand.
Yep.
We call it interview section. Chooks, I'm going to hand you straight over to Confucius in a second, brother. What a great one qualifier there for you. I'm going to transition over, and Confucius, he's all yours, brother. Have at him. Let's see how did he do that.
Yeah, Chooks, very close driving between the top three of you. It's 0.2 to number 2, 0.2 to number 3. How's the track?
The track's nice, but everything changes throughout the race. So yeah, let's see what happens in the race. I mean,
how hard is the track on the tires? Is it degradation? The chow tires?
Sorry, say that again.
The track, does it chow tires? How hard is it on the tires? Tire temperature and all
I've
that.
been practicing the last couple of days. Definitely, I would say so. I wouldn't say a lot.
Okay.
But,
Is it
yeah,
a
let's
medium
see what the
soft,
strategies are gonna
medium
be
soft
like.
track or a medium hard track?
I'm still deciding. I'm thinking I'm gonna go hards and then softs at the end.
Yes, the classic drive all the way and finish with a sprint.
Yeah. And then hopefully try and keep my ERS throughout the race, because the last race I used it all in the first couple of laps, trying to get away or trying to stay in front of Brian. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'm just gonna let the guys pass me this time.
But very good driving. Good luck with that first corner. It's a difficult one.
Yeah, I know. I was actually speaking to Brian early on, and we said we must watch out for the first corner. We must try and be in front for it.
Yeah, because
So
you're
luckily
coming
I
from
got
a
it.
straight and then almost a 90-degree right-hander.
Yeah. The drivers must definitely be aware of that. You don't want to ruin your race on the first corner.
On the first corner, rather let one or two guys pass you and catch up.
Chooks, from my side,
Definitely.
I want to just jump in here for a second. I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like somebody's readied up already. And formation laps have started, and yourself and Brian and Griever
Perfect.
didn't get the formation lap in, which means you guys are going to unfortunately start on colder tires. But I'm going to let you go because they're going to get prepared for the race.
No problem. Let me go.
Good luck, brother. Have a good race.
Good luck,
Thank
man.
you so much. Thank you, Confucius. Bye.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
Bye.
Nobody heard that, luckily, Confucius, because there was no mics on there.
We're not online. Okay.
We are live now, though. I don't know, guys, what's happened, but we had a little bit of a ready up early, I think, by somebody. I'm not sure if they're going to want to restart this race because of it. I'm not sure. I see people are WhatsApping me like mad. They are trying to call me. I'm not sure what's going on, so we're going to just keep our eyes on what's going on here. Luke says I couldn't choose his setup. What happened to the 5 minutes? So I think there's a little bit of issue. I'm going to quickly jump away, Confucius, for a second, and then see what these guys say. And
maybe put on a video.
I will do an intro video. I don't know if they're going to just start now. Anyway, I'm not too sure if I want to cut away, from the start.
Okay, we can find out. No problem.
Let me jump over, and you can keep them going here for a second.
So, very active on the.
Want to do, Martin? I'm not
That's the
interested.
problem.
Martin, I'm not
You don't
interested.
come-
Enough.
All right, then I'll talk to Clinton. Clinton, get me a Mercedes, please.
Clinton?
Clinton, get me a
No,
Mercedes.
Martin's going off at me and swearing at me. No, enough. I've had it.
Martin, Clint.
No, I mean make a plan for people that still got time. I mean, normally the lobby start at 8:30 because of people that's got load shedding. We should still finish at 10. But the admins in India don't think further than the fucking penis. Yeah, but now, then I'm gonna miss the race. Then you guys don't have to worry about it. But then me, I know, but I mean, geez, just to restart the lobby quickly and put the grid up won't take even 3 minutes. No, that's fine. If the race is going, then it's going.
Yeah, it is. I don't know what's happening because what's his name pushed the button, that other guy, the new guy. And I said to them, don't push. Yeah, I know. Okay, so Clint, must we restart the race? Yeah, all right. Okay,
All right.
then-
And then
okay,
then,
cool.
then Clinton quickly, the guy that read it up, just from my point of view, give him a quali ban. He's been disqualified from qualifying and put him at the back with me. Yeah, but yeah, I know it's like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Because
But
I'm
just-
going to retire from session, or are you going to re-invite, or must I just quit to my menu?
Clinton, can I just get you in Mercedes chat quickly? Or
Ja,
not a
it's on the
problem.
stream. The swearing and everything is on the stream. Martin, jy moet bietjie respek kry, chom. Please.
Nee, hy praat met my soos asof ek
Clinton.
'n stuk kak is. Ek is nie
Clinton,
geïnteresseerd
go
nie.
off.
Yeah, no problem. So hop on your
I just told you all of that and nobody heard my voice.
just hop on your ad video for our sponsors, and we'll take it from there.
Happy days.
Okay, so everybody heard that? We're gonna start a new stream.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, apologies again for the weird behavior, but that is F1. It's real out there. So you can imagine we had to sort a few things out. There were drivers that weren't happy, and you know what? We decided to keep it on the stream so people can have a look back and see how silly they can get sometimes. But anyway, until then, we're going to keep you guys with a bit of music in the background. Let's get this race back up and running. Give us 5 minutes and we'll be on live shortly. Welcome to Fusion Racing League, your driver introduction for Testing Phase Season 3, Qatar. Hey Confucius, we are back here at least with something so we can keep our listeners entertained while we're waiting for the guys to reset up this grid. Wow, I look, being the streamer and the commentator doesn't mean I haven't got my hands full, because I've got to try and keep the guys calm in the background there too. You know?
I have to keep an eye on the kids.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, what can we do? These things, look, on the one side, I get it. You know, I understand why these guys get so aggravated about it, because they all want to win. They all want to drive and win in the race. If you didn't get upset about certain things, it means you didn't care. So that's the way I see it as well.
And these guys take it so serious. One of the guys that had to leave for medical reasons, not for this race, previously, earlier on in this testing, he had a heart thing end of last year, where he was in ICU for 2 weeks. And he had to actually stop racing, because it pushes up his heart rate. He takes it so serious.
Yeah, that just shows you how committed these lads are with all of this. And look, this is exactly why we do this, you know, is to enjoy the racing. And yes, they do take it serious. Sometimes things are said that shouldn't have been said, but that's part of it too. I mean, you go and show me the real F1 drivers that haven't had a little tiff with one another.
Have a beer afterwards.
Exactly.
Mandy, still asking you to please turn up your mic.
Is my mic still very soft? Mandy.
As she says.
Give me a second, Mandy. I'm going to see if I can blast it in your ears now. Let me see what I can do here. I can't understand why it's a little bit softer on that side. If I look at all my settings here, they seem to be pretty solid.
Everybody seems to love your intro.
And I love you guys for loving my intro, for loving me.
Amy says, I love the intro. Mandy says you can have some more after the race. And me too, such a good video.
Oh, wonderful.
So
thank you, guys.
They love the videos.
We love it. I'll be building some more videos for you guys. I've got a beautiful idea there from Confucius. Confucius just told me that I have to build a certain little bit, if you will. I'm going to build one, but remember the next one, it's going to be Confucius' idea. Putting it out there. I hope my volume a little bit better. I hope they can hear me a bit better now, but I've set it up as high as I could.
Well, we'll hear from Mandy just now. Maybe she turned up her hearing aid as well. I don't know. We'll check with her just now.
We're not going there, are we?
Of course. Why not?
Guys, there we go. I think I've set it all up that we can crack on. So the guys are currently doing setups at the moment. I see that they're busy doing setups. It says waiting for players. So they are ready to start their formation lap. This is a good sign. So let's see how it goes.
Yep. Mandy does say that it sounds better.
Thank you, Mandy. Oh, Mandy. It's a great song. I'm a 1980s boy, so I know those things.
Yeah, of course. We both are, you know. Born in the 70s. Proud of it.
Born in the 70s, lived music in the 80s. That's how we
There
rolled.
you go. Yep.
And then what did we
Best
do?
era.
We went and played F1 games in 2024. What's wrong with us?
We had to do it sometime. What's the fun in growing up?
So nice having you guys on board. You guys make it happen for us. Thanks for sticking around. This is part of the things, guys. Luckily, it's in testing phases. This will not happen in the league races, I guarantee you. But at least we're getting there. We're getting the stuff sorted out.
Yep. Yeah, of course. The testing phase is to just smooth out some of the kinks we have in the game, and so that when we start the official stuff, it just runs smooth. Hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what we have to do, Confucius, is on Wednesday night, that'll be our last testing phase. So we are running it as an official race and all that, but it's still a testing phase. So maybe from our side as commentators, how about we try and pull in one or two of our faithful listeners there and let them come and sit side by side with us and chat along?
We could do that. We've got the whole team going.
That'll be great. And then
So we can pick more than one or two, and because we've got the usuals, we've got Amy, Mandy, Jenny, and your mom. They the big usuals. They totally take over.
yeah, that's exactly what we want to see. Just have some fun with the listeners before we get this thing officially
Yeah.
running. And we are
Pull in all
live.
4 of them and have a nice big chat room.
And there's all the guys back in, all 19 of them on grid now. And that
Nice.
is formation
Oh,
lap.
Martin got extra. Okay.
Martin's joined us. He couldn't make it in. I think that was part of what happened with the Tiffson, that he was so keen to race and he couldn't get in on time because he also had an update.
Ooh, Brian getting a disqualification.
Yeah,
And Kazi getting a disqualification.
they might have bumped
Oh,
each
they're
other.
still stuck on the grid.
They're on the grid.
Yeah, probably went for a quick coffee and didn't think it was going to load that quick.
Nope, exactly.
Oh, well. Well, unfortunately, they will be starting with the cold tires.
33 laps yet, Portugal. It's I don't know. I don't know when to say it's long and I don't want to say it's short. It's not the longest track on the circuit.
What is the distance or track? Do you know?
I don't know the distance on track. I can tell you that we're looking at an average lap time of about 1 minute 21 for race pace. So, in these cars, what is that? It's a lot. I don't know. I'm going to lie if I tell you. But at least we will have those type of stats when we do the league racing. For now, we don't have coffee. Like I said to everybody, I have Savannah. Oh, you can see how the tail is spinning there.
Nah, but you can drink it.
My jokes are dry and I can hear them.
So it goes with your alcohol. It's fine.
Sure does. Are there any gingers in the house? Am I allowed to say a ginger joke, or is that wrong?
I don't think anybody minds. It's like having a fan joke, you know.
Because I heard one today and I just couldn't stop laughing. And they said, how does a ginger high-five someone? He claps. Yeah, it's not right, but it's there.
Oh, well. Goes with the alcohol. Mandy says, like a Savannah.
Sorry, Josh. That was actually for Josh. He's our ginger driver and admin, by the way. That guy puts in so much work for this league behind the scenes. You know, it's always those guys that put in the hardest work that nobody even sees. Thank you, Josh, for all your effort, brother. We do appreciate it.
And Eric joining us on the chat. Eric Moore.
How's it, Eric? Like the Gary Moore song. I'm full of music tonight.
Yeah, and Key Cracker also had a word. He sent you a little blue emoji that you love so much.
Thank you, Key. I like
Said
that.
it's a war zone.
It is a war zone, but at least you're on track, Key Cracker. Go take them out on track and sort them out for me there, brother. Here we go. Start of the race. Lights are out.
Yep.
Are they out? They haven't even started. There they go. 3, 4, 5 lights waiting for them to go out. And
Let's see if there's a clean start.
lights are out and away
And
we
they're
are in
off.
Portugal. Wow. Here we go. Turn 1. Everything to
Got
play for.
some Gertrude taking over 2. 3. Moving up. Nate through moving up 3. Gertrude moving up 4. Nate moving up 4.
Wow.
Castro moving up 3. Kazi moving up 3. Cooper up 3. Martin up 4 from last position.
But that was so tricky, that turn 1. They've actually managed to stick it out. Check these two go at each other, P1 and P2. McLaren hitting a little bit of the mark
Oh,
on
and
the
Nate
side.
bosses. Nate takes chooks.
Good inside move there by Nate.
Yep, he moved up 5 places since start to do that. Let's see what kind of tires the guys are driving. Mediums and softs mostly.
Medium soft.
And Martin driving on hards.
Martin's going for a long haul over here. He had a bit of a chat to me
Yeah.
off grid now. Hopefully they cool down a little bit. Because you can bring that type of hot-headedness to the track.
Yeah.
There it is right there now. Have a look at that, Confucius. I'm on the Williams. Look at that Duracell battery air duct. It looks so good.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I like that. It makes the car look faster,
Little
but it's not.
contrast to the rest of the blue in the car. They've got that bronze color there. Okay.
Oh, these chaps are having such a
Very
right old
cool.
go at each other there. Look at all the changes happening there between 10, 12, up to 12th place. They're just changing positions. You get a lot of slipstream from the cars ahead of you with that start-finish
And
line
Nate's
straight.
putting up a 122.
Good lap there by him. I want to quickly change these deltas so that the people can see what the split is between the cars.
Yep. Nate's a 122.516.
Do we have-
He's a second ahead of he's second faster than Chooks on that first lap.
Are we having a bit of a desync again in terms of timing? Because
Tiny bit, yeah. I think we usually have the desync at the beginning of a race. It's kind of it has to catch up.
yeah,
There is some lagging on the stream, but usually later on in the race it catches up and it's smoothed out.
yeah, it's looking a lot smoother on my side than what I had with the last syncs for the last two races. So I'm hoping that that's going to iron out the kinks. But let's keep an eye on it. At least massive wide turn there by that McLaren. There's Griever. He's gone right off the track. You can see he's losing all those positions at the moment. It's so hard for me to transition between people because I can't really see the proper delta between them. But we'll just keep our eye out on the front runners there. Nate betting his time.
Oh, Nate putting up a 124.
Very good. There the timing settles.
So those the top three are on the 120s. Brian also a 120.
Oh, Brian taking a
Brian
pass there.
taking Brut. So top four 120. Then Casto with a 122, 2 seconds slower than the others. But probably just consistency.
Consistency, but nice drive there by Castor to bring himself back up into
Yep.
top 5.
The time to beat at the moment is Nate with a 120.4. Chooks 0.5 behind him on the 120.9.
Kazi and Gertrude having a right old go at each other there in that Ferrari and AlphaTauri. Gertrude getting his position back, but Kazi's not letting him slide, not yet.
But the whole grid very close together. It's only the last three that seems to be lagging behind.
Yeah,
All the others are there's almost 2 seconds from 1 to 2, and then less than a second for the next 5. So it's pretty close so far. But it's the race just started, so just noted.
how are the wonderful listeners doing out there? Hope you guys are enjoying the race. At least we got it kicked off. It is now 9:10 South African time PM. So I think we'll get through this race pretty much hopefully without safety cars. But then again, we know that Portugal's not known for safety cars. We shouldn't have an issue there.
And it's I don't know if they some dodgy brownies, but apparently Mandy baked some amazing brownies.
Oh, right.
But if Brian does not win, he's not getting any. So I don't know if those are those Amsterdam special brownies or just very good brownies. I don't know.
I don't know about that either, but if it is an Amsterdam brownie, I'm pretty sure she can FedEx me and you one for one of the league races. We see how that goes for the night.
You have to do a quality check and all that. But yeah, so apparently Jenny says if Brian don't win, he's not getting any. Mandy's having all of it.
Not
So
getting
must be a
any?
mention.
That goes
But
so many ways.
No, that's Amy. Remember, so, we've got our first penalty. Gertrude.
Gertrude, well done, Gertrude, for beating Cooper to the punch. Cooper's got a wheel, by the way, guys. And I'll let Confucius tell you the sponsor. He organized the sponsor for his own wheel to be a part of this league. So proud of the lad.
He is. He got a sponsor from the window cleaning group in Jeffreys Bay. Sponsored him a steering wheel, and it's not just an entry-level steering; it's one of the good ones.
Yeah, he got himself a
So-
G29. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
wheel.
there you go. So it's like the Bolito's, Suzuki, and so on sponsoring us, letting the small guys get sponsors as well to stay in the race.
Correct.
This is amazing.
so nice to hear that people are sponsoring people and helping these guys
more people watching.
enjoy the esports. I mean, this is why we do it. It's not just for the esports, it's to promote the actual F1 racing. We're very passionate about F1 in general, and that's why we do this.
And apparently, you mentioned something about Belito already got one of a car sold on a mention of us.
That's correct. So we through the FRL group, they've already sold a vehicle at Belito, Mitsubishi and Suzuki group, or the CMH group, and they used our code and they got extra discounts through that by using our FRL code to purchase the vehicle. So we're so proud of that.
Yeah, that's amazing. So let's see what's happening on this grid. Still around a 2-second gap from 1 to 2. So Chooks is now starting to speed up. Then Revo and Blade very, very, very close together. Blade, Brian catching up to Revo.
You'll get the benefit of DRS wing
And he
opening
caught
up
him.
now.
He caught
his
him.
Wing
He
just
passed him.
opens up there, and he's just pushing himself closer to Chooks as well. So he's going to put a lot of pressure under that Mercedes-Benz soon.
And Brett passed Casto. Let's see. The other fight going on, Kazi to Gertrude.
Gazi's having some ripe old drive here today. He's doing very
Yep,
well.
and they're having a nice fight there.
Oh, hitting a lot of that curb, getting a 3-second penalty, unfortunately, there,
Kazi trying too hard. Come on, Kazi.
Chooks at the moment. Get on board with Chooks for a little while. Let's have a quick look, see what he's doing. What are these guys doing? There's their lap data as well. And you can see what they do with their throttle and brakes. Loads amount of ERS. He hasn't burnt any battery yet. Still sitting on 87%. That's very good for him.
Yep, Kazi now losing ground to Gertrude.
Just quickly, sorry about the skipping, guys, but I'm just having a look at Doc. Doc is only 1/10 away from Martin. He's putting pressure on Martin at the moment.
It's good. They're having fights there all over the grid.
Toughest little turn. over here.
Ooh, but look at Brian. How fast he has caught up to Nate. It's now just a second behind.
Great driving there by Brian. I like Brian.
Yep.
I like his race pace. He's got a very consistent race pace and a beautiful Duracell battery above his head.
He caught up by more than a second, but look at Chooks.
He's going to have the benefit of the wing
Brian
now.
And Brian's catching up to Nate. So, yeah.
You can see Chooks' back wing wide open, gaining mass amounts of time. Tough to see it there on the straight. They're coming around the left there.
Well, the ad did
Wow.
say the Duracells last up to 6 times longer, so, maybe it's helping him.
One thing that does concern me about Brian at the moment is, although he's got that Duracell battery above him, his battery power has run out. He's on 11% left. He's burning a lot to stay away from Chooks, and Chooks is still on 78% battery power. Speeding in the pit lane, 5-second penalty there for Martin.
That's the first long one. So Martin sitting on 8 seconds penalty.
I don't think that he's enjoying those hard tyres on this track. Maybe they just didn't get him to the right window. Caution, caution. Red Ferrari.
Martin now on the mediums, and Black switched to the hard tyres. The rest of the grid still on the almost a 50-50 between softs and mediums.
Yeah.
Big fight on the top 3. There's a less than a second between drivers on the top 3.
Having a great old battle with each other. I love watching these top 3 as well. I mean, these positions can change. As a don't take Revolution out of the mix as well as Brit. These guys are pushing.
He's
They
staying
get
right
there.
there. Because Chooks is not gaining ground. Rev is staying right there.
King
Rhino
Alfred.
getting a 3-second.
Rhino pushing a bit hard there too. Come on, guys.
Cooper not having a good day. He
I was
doesn't
just-
even have one penalty.
No, we forgot this. Cooper's got a wheel now. Cooper's
Yep.
he's staying on track, guys.
But he was so proud of having the record for most penalties.
I'm going to be so proud of him for being the only driver with a clean race.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, we don't think. Okay. Let's ask the listeners. Shall we bank a brownie on that?
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh,
So-
these guys are so tight. Big Rhino's pushing
Chooks.
hard at the moment in that AlphaTauri
Yeah,
as well.
Chooks 0.6 behind Blade or Brian. Brian 0.8 behind Nate. So all within the DRS, but not quite close enough to pass, I think. To pass on a DRS, you have to be at least under 0.5.
Correct.
It enables under a second, so you can catch up, but you cannot pass them.
Oh, Castro's under so much pressure there, but Rhino's backed off a bit. I think he had a little bit of a slip on that turn. He's under loads of pressure now on the back of
Cracker
him.
catching up to him very fast. Might pass him on the
Nice little
inside
shot there.
line.
Key Cracker hitting the
and he
curve.
spins out.
It spins
Cracker
out.
spins out.
That to me was one of those
Aye.
unfortunate turns. You're trying to take a shot there, and there was just no room for it. So you should have backed out and maybe just stopped behind the car.
And that was a clean turn. Maybe he just on the throttle, but took. Oh, and somebody else spinning out.
Same turn?
Just now with Key Cracker. I think, let's see, who was that? It was one of the pinks. Not quite sure. Somebody spun out as Key passed him. So, Blade. Brian getting a 3-second.
I get why he gets that. I mean, he has to push a bit harder than everybody else.
Yep,
he hasn't
of
got
course.
much ERS left, so he's trying to find every little part of the track he can. But we say that
But
Chooks is on the same ERS now.
Yeah, Chook's catching up. He's turning by 0.6. Brian also around 0.6 behind Nate. So one little mistake. Just one little mistake. Jake's catching up to Rhino. 0.2, under 0.2 in the DRS. He might pass him now. And Jake's takes Rhino on the DRS.
Nice move there by Jakes.
Yep, clean pass.
I'm still keeping
Guys,
my eye over the front three. I mean, these guys, I'm so blown away. Top three within 5 tenths of each other. That's great driving to see.
Brilliant. And the guys, it's almost like got some respect for each other. They and there we go. Cooper getting his 3-second finally.
Unlucky Coops, unlucky.
The guys are giving each other gaps where needed.
Exactly.
They, like you said, they do put out their elbows, but they do make space for the guys to drive.
Cooper, big congratulations from us here in the commentary booth, all the way down to you in your cockpit. You were the 7th person to get a penalty. Well done, sir.
But
Very
I
happy.
have to give it to Cooper. He has been driving on a controller.
Yeah.
He literally got his steering wheel today, so he did not have time to practice. He did not have time to do any settings. He's driving first time on his steering wheel.
There goes Brian down the straight start-finish line. He's taken the move on
And
Nate.
he's taken Nate.
Nate's trying to close off the
But
door.
Nate not letting it go. Nate passing him again.
Oh, this is great driving.
And Nate takes it back.
There goes
The two
Chooks.
right next to each. Oh! And Nate just having a little bit of a spin with Chooks right behind him. Might lose another position to Chooks.
Oh.
Chooks right on his heels. Those three on each other's heels.
Unbelievable driving by these lads. I'd love
Gertrude
to see
speeding
it.
in the pit lane with a 5 seconds. So Gertrude on 8 seconds. Martin on 8 seconds.
Yeah, how hard
Blade.
they're pushing.
Yep. Brian just keeping that front. Chooks 0.2 behind Nate.
Guys, wouldn't
This
this
is
be
very good
the
driving.
epitome of F1 real world, where you have the likes of Williams, McLaren, and Merck fighting for the top 3? That would be great.
Now Goose speeding in the pit lane. Looks like it's quite a difficult entry on the pit lane.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to overshoot it slightly. I think the pit lane comes up faster than you expect. Good to DNF.
Yeah, just around the corner and you don't have time.
Looks like he's decided to quit in the pit lane. He's just had enough. Probably, I'm not sure. But that's good. That's good. Quit out of the track. Doesn't cause a safety car. Everybody else gets to drive. There goes
Taking the
the
pit.
beautiful move by Chooks on the inside of that McLaren. Look how quickly
Yep,
that McLaren
taking
drives
Nate.
behind him. Jeez, they go for every little second.
But look at Brian's time. He's opened up some time to those two. Just over a second ahead of those. So maybe he heard us about the brownies and giving him some motivation.
Absolutely. Let's go for that one.
Mandy, you'll need to bake some more of those brownies.
Yeah, put that oven on. Put that oven on.
Here we go. We'll send us some. We'll taste test for you.
But I'll tell you what I'm impressed with here. I think Brian knew that those softs have to fall off sooner or later. Of Nate's, and you can see Nate's now struggling against Chooks as well, and Chooks is also on the medium. So these mediums are coming alive now at lap 12.
Yep. Both, all the guys from 1 to 11 has now gone 11 laps on the tires they're driving. Some of on the softs, some of them on the mediums.
How long has Jake's had his tires on?
Jake's 11 laps on the softs.
He's still doing really well. He's busy chasing Casto at the moment.
But it's all about driving style. If you're not too hard on your tires, look at D2 that we had. He's very easygoing on the tires, and he's a brilliant driver.
Exactly.
Just not hard braking. He just has smooth movements. Jake's catching up to Casto.
Casto dives into the
And Jake's taking Casto. Jake's also taking Brut in the same move.
Wow.
They've
both gone to pits.
Casto taking back. Brut and Casto having a fight.
No, they've gone to pits. They've
gone to pits.
Yeah, that's why they lost all their time. I think they were on mediums too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm very interested to see what are they going to come out on. Are they going for hards? I would suspect they go hards. Try and finish it.
Brut.
Softs. That's very aggressive.
Yeah, maybe he's going for all-out chase. Don't know.
Wow.
This could be interesting.
Good little battle there by Brett and Griever for a second only, but Brett's taken that position. So,
Griever not letting that go. It's a second behind. Let's see, that the three at the top also started spreading out a bit. About a second between each.
Yeah.
But then they 5 seconds ahead of number 4, who's 6 seconds ahead of number 5, etc. But there's still a lot left in this race. We're only on lap 14 of 33. A lot can still happen.
Exactly.
One little safety car. And it changes the whole race.
It's like we said earlier. I mean, it's tough to get a safety car at Portugal. The runoff positions here are so wide that it won't generally happen. Also tonight, for it to happen, is probably a 1% chance. And the reason for it is they've got damage off, but collisions on for a testing series that they want to try. So you have to have somebody that DNFs and stays on track to really cause a safety car now.
Yep. Oh, and Mandy just promised us some extra big brownies.
Oh, wow, look at that.
King speeding in the pit lane.
What is Mandy's emoji, blue or red?
Mandy's usually gives the blues. She said, let's go Brian with 2 blues.
Blues. Okay.
Amy likes the red ones.
Okay, gotcha. So we want blue brownies, eh? Throw some colorant in that stuff.
Yeah.
Casto trying to pull a move at the moment. He's in P11. He's only 3 tenths away from Jake's.
Yep, he's chasing hard.
He's just changed tires, hasn't he? He should have some really good tires coming to the window in the next lap.
Yeah, but as he let's see, it's only Casto done 1 lap. Jake's on 0 laps, so those tires still a bit cold.
Ooh,
So just waiting for those tires to warm up a bit. Nate's getting the speeding in the pit lane. That's a very difficult pit lane to enter.
The doctor has totally slowed down. I don't know if something went wrong or what's happened.
Ruud catching up to Osman. Taking the inside line. And Brett passing Osman.
Wow, a lot of changes happening there at the moment.
Jake's still in front of Casto.
Oh, Osman coming straight back.
Rhino dropping
Ruud.
all the way back. Rev dropping all the way back. Oh, Jake's is in the pits. That's why he's dropping. He's coming out. Rhino and Griever in the pits. I think they're probably going to switch to the medium tires now. Yep, Griever on the mediums. Rhino on softs. Interesting.
Revolution pulling an inside move over there on Osman as well at the moment. I don't know if Osman's tires are falling off, that he's just dropping so many positions.
That's possible.
Osman.
He's 14 laps on those tires already. Top 3, also 14 laps on those mediums.
Oh, wow. They're going to pit soon. Kazi has to pit. I mean, he hasn't pit
Yeah.
yet. But, hey, track position's key at the moment. You can see Nate's just gaining time on the guys with no tires.
I see Gertrude's tires changed probably just before leaving to intermediates by accident.
He did? Intermediates?
Yeah, it's green tires.
Gertrude, but he's out. He's DNF'd.
Yeah, he did it DNF'd in pit. But it shows the tires changed too before he did. So
But
Needs
maybe he's trying to
idiots.
pull a prank on the commentators here. That's just crazy.
So we've only got 2 DNFs so far, Doctor and Gertrude.
Doctor and Gertrude. I'll tell you what we're going to do, though. Beautiful lap there by Jakes, setting a 119.8.
Ooh,
That's a very
119.8.
good lap there by Jakes. Brian at the moment still 2.2 or 2.1 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper.
Oh, it's in 119.8. The closest is Nate with a 124. 120.4.
I think that'll drop quite a lot now by Nate. He's just got himself a new set of tyres on.
Oh, 2 guys spinning out.
Massive
Osman and
crash.
Rhino.
There's Osman there.
Yeah, he survived the spin. And Rhino went almost off the track, came back.
Just throwing my eye over to Brett for a second here. He's catching Kazi with a rate and knots because of those softs. And Kazi still needs to pit, so those tyres are definitely dying on him. I think this is going to be quite an easy little pass for Brett. He's just got to choose the right place.
Yep.
Oh, Brett totally smashed it.
And
Lost his front
Brett
wing.
takes out his front wing.
Not what we wanted to see.
No. That's going to cost him. Ouch.
Not happy with that one, is he?
No.
I thought they had damage off.
No, didn't we put it on reduced? It's not totally off, it's reduced.
Okay. Oh, that's going to hurt
I
him a
think
lot.
somebody mentioned something like that.
That does
Okay,
mean we could
so-
have a safety car.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, quickly
Nope,
a big
the car's
rider.
not written off, so he's going into the pit. Brett going into the pit.
Big rider going
Brett
to
getting
open
a
the wing
5
now.
second. Brett also getting a 5 second for speeding in the pit lane.
Guys are struggling with this pit lane entry. Nice move there by Big Rhino, taking Castro on the
Very
inside line
difficult
easy.
one. Yeah, it's a difficult one. As you come around the corner, the engine's right there, so you don't really have time to slow down. Brett coming out. He's been in the pit for the new wing.
Kazi and Revolution changing places. Revo just taking Kazi there as well. Kazi still needs to pit, remember, on those tyres. So
I think Cooper probably now has gone for, he wants to finish on those tyres, where others might need to pit again, because Cooper's the only one running on the hards, and he's only got 2 laps. So Cooper can finish on that set of tyres.
good. That's a clever move.
But we've got Big Rhino on softs on 2 laps, and we've got Black 1 lap on softs. I don't think they can finish on those,
I'm just having a look
but
at
we'll have to see.
Confucius teammate-wise. I mean, I see a big split tonight, hey, for the first time compared to what we
They're
spoke
all over
about
the place,
previously.
yes.
Yeah,
Because Williams is sitting on 1 and 9. Merck is sitting on 2 and 14. McLaren sitting on 3 and 11. So there's not a lot of team driving this evening like the other nights.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I mean, lap 18 of 33, we are pretty much halfway through the race. I mean, a little bit over halfway, so a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right
course.
back with you guys.
We have to. Mediums.
I see Brian is just coming to the pits right now.
Okay, there you go.
And he's going to put himself on probably a set of mediums, I would think.
No, Brian's put on hards.
He's put on hards.
That's weird.
Tells me that he's going to want to push really hard to the end.
But there's only 14 laps left.
That gives him a scope, though, depending on what the other guys are going to do. I know he's got time to make up to Nate and to Chooks. But the thing is, the problem they got is Chooks is on mediums. His tyres might die out. And Nate, I
Chooks
think,
will
is on
need to
soft.
pit because he's 18 laps on mediums.
He's got a pit. So there's definitely a 1 and 2 again. Back to Nate, back to Brian. Top 2 then after
Yeah.
Chooks pits. I think
But
that
those
might have
3
been a
of
bit
us
of
will
a
stay together.
tough move there by Chooks. Because remember, even though Brian's on the hards right now, he's going to be able to gun it without worrying about tyre wear at all, right to the end.
Yeah.
Where they don't have any, Nate and Chooks don't have the advantage of that.
Yeah, true. But if you're good on your tires, you can, within the next 2 or 3 laps, switch to softs and still finish the race.
Good. You could. Are you going to make up that time though against somebody like,
Mhm.
you know, that like Brian? Brian's a great driver, and
Mhm.
we know he's got good lap time. You know, in street or your race times. So
Yep.
It's going to be hard to catch him.
But he is catching Nate.
Wow. That's on the hards, eh? They got penalties to
Yep.
worry about. Chooks has nothing yet.
Yep.
Give a little eye on Chooks. Let's see how this lad does and how is he driving. There you can see all his
Yeah.
telemetries in his cockpit. Let's do a nice lap with the guy and you guys can see what's he actually up to.
Yep. He's switching to a, yep. See, very smooth driving.
Oops, not there. Tom went way off track. He hit himself a puncture, front left puncture. That's because of either debris on track, but his left wheel is gone. You can literally see it on screen right now.
Yeah.
That's
That's
gonna
bad
hurt him. That's gonna hurt him bad.
Yeah, but he ran those tires way too long.
That was the problem.
He's 19 laps on those mediums. I think he took a chance and unfortunately it bit him.
For you guys watching this live, can you imagine driving 130, 140 k's an hour with a punctured wheel? These guys just don't care.
Yep. Like, oops. Casto getting a 3-second penalty. So let's see what's happened with Brian.
There goes Chooks taking Blade and Brian taking Chooks there at the moment. They're fighting one another. They are really
Yep.
hot on each other's tails.
Chooks in the pits. Chooks dropping to number 5 so far.
I don't know. I think these hearts have just come alive for Brian. And you know what else? People forget this. They've done 21 laps worth of racing here now. With 20 cars on track, you know, the evolution on the track is so much higher
Mhm.
that hearts feel way better, you know, this
Yep.
time of the race. And that's what people don't get. It's relevant to where you are in the race as well, which tires to choose.
Yep. Okay, if I'm having a look here, Ryan will have to have another lap, another pit because he's 6 laps on the softs, and Martin's already 13 laps on the mediums, so he'll need to pit, definitely.
Brian is all up in the exhaust of Nate at the moment. They're so
Mhm.
close. He knows he's going to have a pass on him. The question is just when's he going to make the move? Look at that. He's just made the move now. It's starting to take him on the outside. Oh, Nate closes the door.
Just staying there, just
Switch
buying
back.
his time.
Reach back by Brian. He's going on the inside. He knows he's going to get himself a
Yep,
nice
there you go.
DRS flap. I think this is going to be the move
And
for
he
Brian.
passes.
Oh, wonderful move by Brian. Nate just has no answer to that.
Yeah. Brian and Nate just sitting. There we go. Nice slingshot right around him there.
Look at the positions. Oh, Nate's taking the inside line. He's not giving up on this fight. There's a detection line. You can see it right now. I think that Nate might have got the... Yes, he did. His wings open.
And
Oh, great driving by Brian,
Nate,
keeping it on the
Nate
inside.
and Brian just continuing their fight.
They are
swapping
letting it
around.
go. Great driving by both these lads.
Yep. Chooks gaining time on Rhino. He's chasing to be top 3 again.
Lost a lot of positions, though. Did he put himself on a set of softs, or has he gone to medium?
No, Chooks put himself on softs.
Softs?
So he's taking a chance again on those tires.
Yeah,
And taking the inside line with Rhino and passing.
it could work
Now
for him.
he's chasing Casto. He's 5 seconds to Casto.
See what I mean about track position, though, because now he's, 17 seconds before, behind 4th place. And then he's still got to get himself into the top 3, so a lot of work, but the softs could do it for him.
Yep, Brian, the only one on hards on the front. But Jake's the only one with no penalties. So if the race had to finish right now, Jake's would win.
Jakes wins it.
Because Brian's got 3 seconds, Nate 5 seconds.
Yeah. Got the likes of Osman as well. He's also got no penalties, but
Yep.
He's a bit far away from Brett, and you know Brett's a
Yep.
good driver. Another yellow flag happening there. I think that was an Aston Martin that's gone off.
If possible, let's see.
There it is, Cooper.
Oh, pushing on. He's struggling. Well, like I said, he's used to a controller and he's racing with a steering wheel for the first time. So it's going to take some used to, and he had no practice time before the tonight's race.
Exactly.
On the steering.
Now I'm very proud of the lad, and I mean he's out there
Yes.
giving it his guts, and that's what we want to
Yep.
see. It's going to be a matter of a week or so, and he's so confident. Remember,
Yep.
you don't just have now as your controller driver, you have to concern yourself with fingers and hands.
Mm,
Now you've got to concern yourself about feet and hands. It's a totally
Yep.
different mind frame.
different kind. I mean, look at King, for instance. The previous league he raced for. On keyboard,
Wow.
he got pole position. Put him on his steering, he was struggling.
Wow.
It's different kind of driving.
Yeah. But they'll get used to it. Next amount of
Yep.
time, and they'll get
No,
used to
just
that.
practice.
Another spin there, I
Shoots.
think, by Cooper. But I do think also he doesn't realize those tires are hot at the moment.
Chooks catching up to Castro. Very fast.
Wow. Let's get on to him.
He's
Brett
going
also.
all
Brett's just making his move right now too. Just wanted to throw my eye on Brett. He's having
Mhm.
a rifle time with Griever, but
And
Chooks
then
making
Chooks
the
takes
move.
Castro.
Castor dives into the pits.
Oh, there's a new fastest time. Fastest lap now belongs to Chooks
Oh
with
wow.
a 1:19.6. And Martin beats his time with a 1:19.3.
310s quicker. That's a good lap there, Marty. Well done.
It is Martin. We know him as a fast driver.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Brett can see that the driver ahead of him's burnt all his ERS. Brett's got his wing wide open. He's going to make the move.
Griever jumping 2 to number 7. And Jake's, of course, keeping it clean like last time. I think on last week's race as well, Jake's was the only one with no penalties.
Castor just came out of the pit, so his time would have changed.
But Jake's not letting it ease off. Jake's catching up to Nate. He's gonna pass Nate.
Got DRS now as well.
He's got the DRS. Jake's passing Nate on the DRS. Let's see if he can keep it into that corner. Yes, he does. So Jake's passing Nate.
Now 4
And
seconds
still
to make
clean.
up on Brian. Doable.
Yep.
Doable. He's got no
Yep.
penalties as well.
Remember last time? In that last lap, he got another 3-second penalty, and that cost him pole. So Jake's now need to catch up 1.5 seconds to win the race.
Griever, he's just been taken by Brett. They're having a good old battle side by side at the moment.
They also know each other, so
Brett backed off though. Not sure why.
yep.
Safety car, that's why. Safety car just come
Safety car.
Whoa, he dives into the pits late then as Griever.
Whoa.
That was so interesting. Drive-through penalty.
Drive-through penalty, speeding under safety car for Key Cracker.
Not what you want to have this time of the race. These guys are going to go to softs and give us a beautiful 5-lapper, aren't they?
Yep,
Because they're going to have at
Because we-
least 3 laps of safety car.
yep. We're on the last 9 laps.
Yeah, I love this. I love this so much, Confucius. It brings everybody
a
back
good-
together again. Constantina the
Yep.
back. Oh,
Yep.
diving in front. There was the horse. He just shot in front of, or just by Brett. I think they were very close to one another.
Mm-hmm.
Was that?
All those guys using that time.
Oh, my
Only
apologies.
DT,
That
of
was
course,
the
is-
AlphaTauri. Big Rhino that dived in front of Brett like that. How's
Mm.
Black doing? Black's in P15. He's got to get himself back in the race here.
Mm-hmm.
Put a set
He
of
can.
softs on Black. Go for these guys and try and win a brownie.
All of them can get back into this race.
Oh, I tell you
Closing
what.
up all those new huge gaps they have. And the safety car, that's usually 3 laps.
Usually 3 laps of safety car. And then it's all about Brian to set the pace. But just, I don't know if these guys are still going to jump into the pits or... Because, I mean, they just missed the pit entry lane, didn't they?
Yep. So, just for old time's sake, why don't we say thanks to the sponsors for one last time?
And this
Seeing
one-
that we're so close to the end.
Absolutely. And this one's just for Jenny and Mandy. They love the intro video. And once again,
Yep,
there
there
you
you go.
guys go.
I will mention it again, and then they can tell us if they want to or not.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are live streaming. They're still under safety car, and like Confucius and myself were just chatting off air, that we are going to get some of these beautiful return lady listeners to join us for Wednesday night. And Confucius, you let them know how we're going to do that.
We'll be creating an open lobby, and we'll drag in Mandy, Amy, Jenny, and Mom,
And Mom.
and have an open discussion lobby while they're racing. What do you think? What do you ladies think of that?
Very fantastic. We can talk about brownies, and we can talk about baking eggs, and all the lovely things in the world, as well as emojis.
Yeah, and send Mandy our addresses so she can send us those brownies, and Oh, Mandy loves it.
It would be great to
She
have
says
them
it's gonna
on
be
board.
chaos.
Yeah, it's going to be chaos, but we can do it for the last testing phase.
Yeah,
We're all
keep
about
it fun.
having fun, absolutely.
Yep.
Keeping it neutral, keeping it fun, and we can start getting serious from next week and when we
Ooh.
actually start.
Severe collision, 5 second to Revo. Severe collision.
That's something
5
I've
second
never
penalty.
understood there, Confucius. I've been racing for many years on this,
Mhm.
right? And I've decided to, I don't want to say hung my boots up, because I race now on Thursday nights for LSA, so I've joined them.
Mhm.
But when you come under safety car, you've got a total of 10 car widths between each other. The best thing to still do is straddle one another. So if you see the car in front of you is on the right, you go left. The guy behind you will
Yeah,
see you left, he goes
zigzag.
right. And you do a straddle motion to look after each other.
Mhm.
But that comes through years of driving, I suppose, and they'll get there.
Yep. And we've got everybody, of course, because it's very few laps left. Everybody on the softs except for Griever, sitting on mediums.
Getting to a
But
front
it is-
runner, he's just kicked off very early though. I think Brian went a little bit too early because they're gonna hit slipstream on him.
Yep.
Look at Nate.
But now Cap's tiny, so all those guys gonna catch up easy. So, like I said, if it has to finish now, Brian would drop to third place. Casto getting one, and Griever spin off.
And I take my words back there by Brian. That early launch worked for him. He's still
Yep.
in P1, keeping that gap, and he's actually forced Nate and Jakes to have a battle with one another, helping him
But-
get better gaps.
Yep, look at Chooks.
Chooks right up there.
Back to fourth place. He's chasing, but he has to chase hard because he's on 3 seconds.
Oh,
3
look,
seconds penalties. But so Nate and Jake's driving clean. So Nate probably used his in a pit stop.
yeah, he must have used it in the pit stop area.
But Brian is
They are driving.
opening up a gap. He's
Revolution.
already on
right there too.
almost 1.5 seconds in front of Nate.
That is so clever though, because he's obviously used up his penalties there in the pits, like you said. So
Mhm.
Nate and Jakes, they're on level par. Brian's got some work to do. He's got to get out there. What are the penalties for? Or what's Brian's penalties at the moment? Do we know?
Brian 3 seconds.
3 seconds. So he needs a 3 second. Oh, he's put up a 118.
And he's doing it. He's already 2 seconds ahead. But
Lying.
Jake's just took the spot from Nate.
Jakes is going to chase down Brian. He knows he's got to stay within 3 seconds from
Just
Brian. He's got
under
P1.
3 seconds. That's it.
Black getting
But-
a 3 second there.
Brian chasing hard. He's keeping it on 2 seconds. So let's see if he manages. Oh, and we're back on a safety car.
Black. He's
Black
DNF'd.
out.
Black is DNF'd. He's just had a crash. I'm trying to get to Cooper. Maybe we can still see his car on track. We can't. That's unfortunate, but I think Black has just had himself an accident there somewhere. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, they won't go. We will get at least 2 laps of racing in, so they will start at lap 31.
Mhm.
The latest, but there's a good chance that they get cracking from lap 30. Gives us 3 laps. I don't think anyone's going to change tires now. I think this is it.
No, I think they're going to finish because you don't want to cold tires with too few laps left. You need to have at least a lap to warm up those tires.
And also,
So you lose too much time, and they can because these laps are driving slowly, they won't deteriorate so fast.
correct.
So they can easily finish the race on those tires and give them some leeway to chow those tires.
Yeah, and also we got to bear in mind, if you look at how tight they are because of the last safety car, anybody that does dive into the pits now is going to lose 22 seconds. He's going all the way down to 13th place. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, Castro is sitting on 16 seconds. And Key Cracker still needs to do his drive-through.
Oh, geez, he's got to serve the drive-through, and you know you can only serve a drive-through not under safety car regulations. It has to be in race regulations.
Yep.
So that's going to hurt him ever so slightly. Mandy,
gonna...
give us an emoji. Do you want to see that video again? Because we've got to wait for 2 laps. If we get an emoji, can we do a video again?
Yeah, why not? Well, Amy's giving a whole lot of the red ones.
All right, well, there it is. We off.
Let's go for it. And Mandy gave off. We've got 2 laps left after this lap.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just started again. They've officially racing, and away they go. That's 2 laps, including this one.
Ooh! Key Cracker disqualified for the drive-through ignored.
Oh my goodness. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you have to, if I remember correctly, you can't do it your last 3 laps. Or you have to do it within a certain amount of laps.
Correct.
If anybody's watching it, I think, how many laps would you have to do your drive-through?
We know you can't do your drive-through on the last lap. I know that.
And you can't do it on a safety car. So, yeah.
Oh,
But we're on last 2 laps, and as is Jake's dropping to 4th place. But Jake's not scared because the top 3 each have 3 seconds.
Oh, they're going each other. They're going so hard right now. They all know it's all to play for. I feel for someone like Brian. I think he's got to make up that 3-second gap. He possibly could. Who knows? But that's a tough one. I mean, he got the worst end of the stick of the safety car.
Yep. Well, for now, if I look at it quickly, Brian will stay on pole position.
Will he?
Jake's will drop to 2nd, yes, because there's 1.7, 0.2, and 1.3. That's more than 3 seconds.
Oh, he's got it.
So Jake's will jump to 2nd position. Brian will stay in number 1.
Brian's done a clever move. He's burnt all his ERS on lap 1, but that's in order to gain the little gap away from the guys. It also takes him out of slipstream. So that was a clever little move as far as I'm concerned there by Brian. This is all to play for. Last lap, here we go.
Yep. Brian will have to drive quickly because Jake's is making up time. If he goes under that 3 seconds, he can take it. And it's just on 3 seconds now. So it's a just win or lose.
Yeah, the problem is they're going to keep battling each other, though. And they're not going to give each other room. There, he knocked him out. Chooks knocked. Been hit there. I don't know who hit him. He's lost all the ground. Spun out.
Oh, and Nate sitting in 2nd with 3.2 seconds. Jake's on 0.2 behind. That's a 3.5 seconds. So if Jake's can make up 0.5, he will win.
They're driving so hard, they're driving within each other. Look at that ghosting going on.
Yep.
Come on, Brian,
But
you're going to pull out one. You're going to pull out one in the bag. Brian's coming over the
Brian's
start
going to
finish
stay.
line.
Brian's going to stay. He's going to take the pole. And
the
Jake's will be 2nd.
Great drive by Brian there again, getting himself a P1 in the Fusion Racing League. Second
Yeah.
place going to Jake
To Jake's.
and Nate in third place. Not passed by
That was-
anybody else.
that was very
Wow.
close.
That's crazy.
And they
right?
all finishing because of the safety car very close together. Martin getting a DNF. Probably trying to do that
Start
cross
finish
the
line
finish
thing.
line with a sideways.
Confucius
Oh, for the
says,
fun of it.
here's the question to you, right? So you've got
Yeah.
this idea of a video you want me to build, right? So how about while the listeners are out there, while we're still here, let me throw it out to them. What style of music would they like me to write for that video? That'll be interesting.
Yeah, of course, as you hear, he writes the music for these. And I was thinking, while we have our technical difficulties, have a little video of a car being fixed or, changing a wheel or something like that we're experiencing technical difficulties. What do you guys think?
That'll be great. And if they can give
Yeah.
me a style of music, look,
And
I love
what
writing.
kind of music would you ladies want to hear played with that?
Yeah.
What kind of genre?
That's it. We want that response from them, and then let's see if
Yeah,
we can hook
get the
something up
input.
for Wednesday night, and then they can
Yeah,
introduce
of
the
course.
video for us.
Yeah. But I'd get the ladies to do some introductions and so on for us.
I'm going to transition straight over to driver interviews coming out of here, guys. But there is your grid: Blade, Brian, P1, Jakes, P2, Nate, P3, Osman coming all the way up to P4. Great drive by him. Unlucky there for Chicks with that spin at P5. Revenue
Again.
P6.
Osman not having the fastest laps. Look at his time, 1:21, but just consistent.
Consistency is always key. We know that. But that was awesome. Great driving at the end of the day. Sorry about all the restarts, guys. Sorry about the words in the beginning. But this is F1 racing, and this is going to happen. So nice that you guys stuck around.
Yeah. Well, Mandy says your driver introduction video hypes them up, and Jenny says, "Cool, 80s and metal fan."
Wow.
And Mandy as well, metal.
Metal,
So
right?
it's- Looks like it's going to be a metal one.
All right, let's see. I think that's going to sound like a plan for me to go and start
They're
creating
all like
something.
the 80s and metal, all three of them. 80s
Oh, really?
and metal, that's the census, yeah.
So maybe what I should do is do a remix of an 80s song in a metal version.
There you go.
That sounds like a plan.
Yes.
All right, let's see what I
Okay,
can
so
do.
shall we get those drivers?
Yeah, I'm going to hook them up. We're busy getting the stuff ready here. A little bit of a driver interview coming up, ladies and gentlemen, so stick with us. We got P1. Who was our P1? The great old Brian.
Brian.
That was a great drive by him. I was actually impressed with his last few laps there. He did
Yep.
very, very
So
well.
it's Brian, Jakes, Nate.
All right, guys, stick around with us so I can get all these names
Yes.
in.
Stick around. Just getting those guys making the video or the intro and getting the drivers over for the little interview.
We had Jake second.
Jake second and Nate third.
Now we've got a problem because Nate is a new driver and there's no graphic for him yet.
Oh, yes, it's a... No, we'll give him a blank. Just give him his name.
Well, you know what?
That's good.
Who did Nate drive for? McLaren?
Yes.
I'm going to throw Marcus's name in there. We'll explain it as we go. But that's a
Yep.
McLaren name, so it's in. And we'll call him Marcus Nate. Or Nate the Marcus. Alright guys, I'm going to drag these oaks in. Let's have a quick chat to them and we can shut the stream down.
Yep.
And let's have a go at this.
I didn't see it.
Sorry about that. Just muted him.
Hey. No, you're in the streamline now.
Yeah, I just muted the guys as they come in so that they don't talk. They're not supposed to talk,
Yeah.
so I'll just mute them. And we've got Brian P1. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got them here with us in the commentary booth. And as we always do, we're
Yep.
going to transition over and I'm going to hand over to Confucius to give these guys a grind to hear what happened. Just so that you guys know what's happening. Nate is a new driver, he's a first time driver. We do not have the graphic for him, but he drove for McLaren for Marcus's seat. So he's got Marcus's name up there. So don't read Marcus, think of Nate. Until then, let's transition over and I'm going to hand straight over to you, Confucius, and have your way.
Here we go. Okay, so who are we starting with? Nate, third place.
Go with Nate, sir.
Let's
Nate,
do it.
how are you, man?
All good, all good. It's
How was
quite
your
new.
drive?
It was nice. I think we bumped tires a few times. But yeah, it was a good race,
But
a good first
in
race.
general,
Thanks.
it seemed like quite a good, clean race. There was some good fighting going on amongst you guys.
It was very exciting.
Well, everybody watching enjoyed it because there was
That's good.
constant top 3, top 5 guys very close together chasing it. That's good.
Yeah,
And
that's
welcome.
good. Thank you very much. Good first race.
Where are you from?
Cape Town.
Cool, man. Another KP.
KP.
Hey, don't mock
Uh,
the KPs. I'm the main my gonzo.
I
I'm
know,
a
that's why I
KP.
said another KP.
Hey, Nate, good drive by you, brother. I mean, there was a lot of things that happened over there. The 2 safety cars, wow, that was a bit of a spinner at the end, I think, for everybody. But it brought the pack again. It brought you all together, gave us for exciting viewing.
Yeah.
It gave us a chance to fit new tires as well because mine was done.
No, nice drive there by you, Nate. Hey, good
Very nice
P3.
drive.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the warm welcome.
Happy days, man. And we know that it's only testing phases now, so a lot of things are going to go wrong. And, it's bound to happen. It's supposed to happen. We're all just in preparation for next week, Wednesday, the official league race. Are you keen for the season? How do you feel about it?
I am keen. Apologies to those who have crossed lines with there. But yeah, very keen. It's just a matter of fitting in at the bottom and seeing what we can do.
Enjoy the drive, brother. Nice to have you on board, man.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Wonderful race.
That's awesome. Okay, so next we were chatting with Jakes.
Yes.
How was your race? Seemed like quite a fight.
It was, yeah. I had a moment there in the first turn at the start. Went over the sausage curb, and I actually think
Jakes,
Oh, we lost him there for a second.
we lost you there.
So yeah,
Okay.
I had contact in the first corner, and I think I had contact with Chooks, spun me around, and yeah, just put my head down, tried
Great
to
comeback, yeah.
make as many positions as possible. And yeah, as I started getting to the front, I saw most of the guys ahead of me had got penalties. So yeah, tried to do what I could.
And you almost caught up, but Brian, that 3-second penalty almost cost him. You almost caught up to it.
I almost did. I think I had contact at the end again, or no, I didn't have contact. Someone made a late move on me,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I think that's what costed me. But yeah, good race to Brian.
No, it was a good race. And it seemed like you guys quite enjoyed the fight because it was constant changing of positions.
It was, yeah, it was quite intense.
And how many times did your strategy change during the race?
I was actually planning to first go over to the hards, but then the softs lasted actually longer than what I expected. So yeah, I actually decided to go over to the mediums, and then obviously the 2 safety cars at the end. We all switched over to the softs.
Just changed the whole race in that last
Yep.
couple of laps.
Yep.
You always to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Jakes, from my
But
side,
good clean race.
it was interesting to see, like you say, that people don't realize it's a 50% race. Yes, it's half a full length. There's enough time to bring yourself back in the mix as long as you keep it clean. And I think you showed that tonight to a lot of guys. Never say die.
Yep. And
Yep,
I see
anything can
Nate
happen.
just dropped because load shedding. Just for the info.
Who's that?
Nate.
Oh, sorry about that, Nate. Yeah, that's
Yes.
typical. Welcome to South Africa's load shedding, everybody. It's not
Yeah.
always easy.
But very good. Very nice race. You guys changed positions, kept it clean. That's very good.
Thanks.
Made
Well-
for a very, very interesting race.
Well
I'm
done.
glad.
Well done, Jakes. Well done, brother. Congrats. Welcome to P2, sir. You're on the
Yeah.
podium.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
All right, right. Let's. The man of the hour, Confucius.
Yep.
I think you know him the best. Are you going to tell me a bit about the brownie story?
So Brian, apparently, I've got it on a trusted person watching said apparently you're racing for some brownies.
Oh, the brownies were a nice treat to really get me motivated there.
Oh, and just a shout out, Brian won a race on his girlfriend's birthday
Whoa,
and again tonight on their 2nd anniversary.
Brian.
Yes.
I mean,
That's correct.
what a way to rack up brownie points, if you know what I mean.
All out for that pun.
I'll follow you tonight, guys.
Great drive,
No, but
Brian.
in
Great
general,
drive.
a good clean race. It was very interesting race. Lots of position changes.
Yeah, the start was quite surprising. I was surprised to see all the soft runners. I was like, okay, wait. Don't try and push in the start with them. Wait for the tires to start dropping and then start pushing. And then it played off nicely for me.
Yeah, but it was between sometimes race top 3 to top 5, constantly having a fight, changing positions the whole time.
Yeah, but that's the best kind of race.
Yeah,
Constant,
of course.
constant side by
And
side.
then
It's just amazing.
that 3-second almost cost you pole.
Yeah, it almost cost me again. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, exactly. Because Jake's had none, and he was trying to catch up.
Yeah, when I saw his name pop up in the safety car, I'm like, oh well. Yeah, I get my guitar rematch. Let's go for it.
Yep, that
I
was a
think we
good
got
chase.
tag limit on that last lap, but luckily it was a warning.
Yep, and your strategy, change it constantly, or did it sort of stay to plan?
I actually all went to plan. The safety car was unexpected because I didn't at all plan on running the softs during the race.
Okay.
But that softs was a nice little, like you guys said in the live stream, a nice little 5-lapper
Yeah.
vibe.
And then unfortunately, Chooks pushing too far with the tires and getting a flat.
Yeah, that's very unlucky for Chooks. He was doing a really good job, but
He
all
was-
the guys had a really good race tonight.
Yeah, it was a good race, good clean race. Didn't really see any bumps or anything like that. What did you think of the drive? Also
Drive was
complete?
good. I had 1 or 2 knocks, but it wasn't that bad. It was light contacts. I didn't
Yeah,
cause
little
me.
notches. Okay.
It was a very enjoyable race.
That's good. As long as you guys enjoy it, and as long as the people watching can enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you guys did an amazing job on the live stream.
Thank you,
Very
Brian.
much. As always.
Watching the live stream is like, okay, but now I want to watch the live stream. I want to protect my drone.
Brian, just remember, we do this for brownies. Eh? That's why we're here, sir, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, the video is
Mandy-
going to get to you.
Mandy promised us extra big brownies.
There we go. I'll bring the bottle of brandy.
Oh, well, my brother, you're welcome at my house any day. But Brian, great drive, good
Yep.
win again. Eh? I
Yep.
mean, look, I don't want to call things ahead of time, but I've seen you on the podium twice now. I've seen you
Yep.
on P1 in qualies once already. Guys, just a friendly warning to all you streamers and drivers listening right now. Watch out for Brian. He's
Yep.
a contender, guys. He's a contender. So jack
Yep.
up your socks and let's get this racing on. It was beautiful to see you guys drive so close, so tight around turns, but yet there was no malicious driving, keeping it as elbows out, but clean as possible.
Yep.
Not hard.
Not hard, man. Very proud of you guys. Well done to all of you. Jakes, you two on your P2. Oh, sorry, I've got you on mute at the moment, brother Brian, on your P1. Confucius, you are my P0, brother, right here next to me. You keep these things happening, and I appreciate that too. And
That's
to
all
the
in the fun of
listeners
it.
out there, we are nothing without our sponsors. We're nothing without our listeners. And yeah, let's make this happen for the season. It's coming up soon.
Even the watchers noting the sponsors. Jenny saying, "Good night, Grace Race, guys. Thanks to the sponsors and commentators."
That's what we want to hear.
Even those guys are watching and saying thanks to the sponsors, because without them, we couldn't do this.
Absolutely, eh? And that's from me, myself, Clinton Cole, and Confucius right next to me. Thank you guys for
Yep.
joining us again. We will be back on Wednesday night. Track to be confirmed, but we've got a little bit of a video and music editing thing that we have to do. We are hopefully going to get these few listeners in with us to have some fun with us on the last testing phase. It's going to be great, guys. Stick around. It's going to be a good one.
Great fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys,
Okay.
until
That's
we see you next time, I'll be back on Wednesday. Confucius will be back on Wednesday. And so will Brian probably, but we don't know what position he's going to be.
Yep. And keep the racing for this. Keep the racing for the game.
Absolutely.
Stay safe.
Everybody take care of one another. Look after yourselves. See you next time.
Have a good one. Cheers.